So this is the statement that came from Amazon afterwards. We are making several changes as a result of this operational event. While removal of capacity is a key operational practice, in this instance, the tool used allowed too much capacity to be removed too quickly. We have modified this tool to remove capacity more slowly and added safeguards to prevent capacity from being removed when it was taken to the subsystem. This will prevent any incorrect input from triggering a similar event in the future. Now, this is Amazon, who runs everything. AWS is a huge part of their business. So this, to me, kind of reinforces what we do here at STN, where we have an operating procedure for everything. We try our very best to not wait until an event like this occurs to develop systems for something. But, this really just goes to show that no company is safe from huge, massive screw-ups that can affect their bottom line, affect their user base, customer base, open up a window for a competitor to come in and have better reliability than AWS. So minor slip-ups cannot happen. Human error cannot be the reason why 40% of your customers don't get service one day. That hasn't happened on Facebook anytime recently other than from an AWS event. Most of these firms realize that staying online and being reliable is their number one priority. So, overall as a company, I think you've just really got to take a look and do a deep dive into every single section of your business and understand that human error has to be avoided and removed in any area that it can so that you avoid issues like this and lose customers.
Tell that to the Oscars. Human error.
PricewaterhouseCoopers. Very easy human error.
And at a certain point, you think somebody in the higher ups at Amazon would say, what happens if somebody makes a typo? Oh, the entire server farm goes down. Well, let's make it so that's not the case. Like, shouldn't there be an automatic system where if you make a typo, there's a huge error red, like, we're not going to allow this to go forward because it's going to shut down your entire server farm? You would think at a company worth $250 billion
and you would think
would have that safe guard in place.
And for certain in other areas of their business, I'm sure in the early stages of the ordering process, I don't think Amazon, the storefront, goes down very often,
right.
Because they know that every second that Amazon is down, they're losing millions of dollars.
They're huge clients, Slack though, or Twitter.
Right. So in those situations, I don't know. I mean, you literally can't plan for everything. But when you're developing systems, to be able to try and remove human
sometimes
error,
you don't even know there's an error or an issue until the issue actually happens. So I get that, but to have a system in place where a human can make a typo and shut down a half of the internet, essentially, because there was a lot. Even the Amazon site that tells you the status of their servers was down.
Right. Because when everyone went to search to see what was wrong, it said all systems go, but that's because that page was not updated.
Yeah. So that's
and in a certain sense, it makes me feel a little better because
Amazon is making those mistakes.
Amazon is making those mistakes, and this isn't the first time. We've heard of AWS going down several times over
Actually,
the last
honestly,
couple
the last year, it's happened like 3 times now.
Right, where Twitter was down.
For like at least an afternoon where a lot of websites are down.
And when, oftentimes I'll almost use Twitter as a resource in immediate times like that. Like, hey, something is down. But then when Twitter's down, I really don't even know where to go to figure out what's going on with some of these down servers. So, partially it's everybody's, using one conglomerate, and more power to them because Amazon does a fantastic job normally. But when it goes down, it's insane that would happen. So it does make me feel better about the systems and processes and all the steps that we go to ensure that there's very limited human error possible in most of what we do. And when we know that there's human error, we've now started instituting steps to say, at least 3 humans have to screw it up.
And I think from a business standpoint, you have to consistently find time to say, worst case scenario, what happens if this happens? And that takes a little bit of time. You almost have to schedule those meetings out. But someone inside Amazon just said, hey, if Brett accidentally makes a typo, will the whole server farm go down? Like, technically, yes. Okay. can we build code to make sure that there's a huge warning and that change isn't allowed to be made unless there's 18 levels of approval from upper management, because we just can't have that.
Right.
I mean, at a certain point, Slack...
that's what they'll have now, but at this scale, at this size, to not already have it, it's a screw up for sure.